I will let you know.
Brother Kader.
भाई जाके बंद कर
Salat. If you type in exactly what I have on the screen into your like search bar on whatever web browser you're using, Kahoo will come up. You don't need to download anything. Just type exactly this into the bar. Can somebody translate that for me if need be?
اللي ما عندهم هذا البرنامج في موبايلهم ما عندهم الابلكيشن مال كاهوت بموبايلهم اذا يروحون على هذا الويب سايت kahoot.it هناك يقول لكم اللي اذا باسورد عندكم يوزر نيم دخلوا ان شاء الله لعبوا. نساء في قاعه النساء اذا موجودات رجاء تعالوا في قاعه الرجال حتى تلعبوا جوائز ان شاء الله زين.
I'll give that one more minute for everybody trying to log in, then I'll give you the password.
Right?
Okay, if everybody's good, I'm going to show the password now. Go ahead and type those 7 numbers into there. You should ask for your name, put in your name, and it'll come up here.
744.
That's 7443444.
MashaAllah, 21. We need to go to at least 30.
No, brother, more than 50.
More than 50. Maulana says more than 50.
Participant.
MashaAllah, 28, 29.
We won't have dinner if we are less than 50.
Yeah.
Dinner's on the line. Dinner's on the line. More people.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. MashaAllah, reaching there.
Inshallah, 60.
Yeah.
6 more.
At least 6 more. 7 more now. Come on, brothers and sisters. 7 more participants.
If you want dinner, please join.
All right.
Brother Khurram is coming.
Okay. Please don't. At least stay at 43. Can somebody confirm that sisters can see that?
Are the sisters able to see all right?
What about the hall? The sisters hall. Okay, 44.
I think Abu Ali hasn't joined.
Maybe join with some other degrees. Okay.
Okay, before we begin, let me explain how this works for those of you who have not done one of these yet. There are 14 total questions, all multiple choice. There will be 4 choices for you to answer from. The question will appear. You'll have 10 seconds to read, 10 seconds to read the question, and 30 more seconds to answer it. The 4 options will be in 4 different colors. The colors will correspond to colors on your phone. So you answer the question on your phone based on the answer that's up here. The first one will be a... Is the first one in triangle?
No, all of them.
Okay. We'll get started right away.
Maybe
Yes.
you don't have answer in your cell phone, so choose the correct color.
Yes, choose the correct color that corresponds with the answer up here. The faster you answer the question, the more points you get. But if you get it wrong, you don't get any. So speed matters.
There's negative points?
No negative points. Okay, we'll go ahead and start. First question coming up. Which Eid is the best Eid of Islam? Okay, so 41 of you got it correct. We had a few people answering other ones. We'll move on to the next question. Right now, Zahra Dunya is in the lead. Question 2. Whom the Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him addressed on the day of Ghadeer?
This is a trick question. This is a trick question to answer. Think about it.
Actually, the middle is a video from the
This is a much more split answer. It's a bit of a trick question for you guys to think about. Real quick, all of these questions have been created by Maulana, so I'm not to blame if any of you have quarrel. If there are questions about the questions, we'll ask Maulana, inshallah. Okay, next one, Adil. Sheikh Hassan is in the lead. And he made the quiz. Question is, how did you find out about the center's program tonight? Or all of them? All right, so all of them were the correct answer. Any way you find out about the program, what matters is that you're here. Oh wow, Sheikh Hassan is still in the lead, but Adil moved up points. Zahra Dunya is back on the board. Question 4. What did Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him tell the people on the day of Ghadeer? Alright, the answer was all of the above. All of those things were mentioned in the day of Ghadeer. Salman! MashaAllah. Who is the first person to pledge allegiance to Imam Ali?
Oh, God, that's
First person.
It's a bit of a split decision. Juan, would you like to explain? Next question. Think about this one closely. This is not an Islam-related question. Which way is the bus going in the U.S.?
right. Right, man. All right, going back.
No, that means you want to link this. And the correct answer was left. There's two reasons why. The first reason, you can't see the doors. So all doors on buses open where the people can get inside. So it has to be facing in the opposite direction. Second, you can also see the driver, which means that the person is on the left side on the car, so they have to be going left. Oh wow, Borsada is overtaking Sheikh Hassan. Which ayah or verse was said on the day of Ghadeer? A lot of you were fooled by voices. The correct answer was red. Just that ayah was revealed. I know, I wish I could make it bigger.
Yeah. So the next practice making better questions. So that's
Okay.
let's
Trying.
New person first. Okay, which of these is not one of the names of the day of Ghadeer?
I can't say anything. It's stuck unloaded.
read the question and answer first. Make sure you understand the question.
Respected brothers and sisters, Eid al-Ghadeer, same as other blessed days, has more than 60 names. So here I wrote, you cannot see the picture. I wrote in the picture about 40 names of Eid al-Ghadeer. It has more than 60 days for the name of Ghadeer. The day of celebration, the day of congratulation, the day of Farah Ahlul Bayt, happiness of Ahlul Bayt, and many other names. So the tricky of this question is that blackening day. Blackening day is not the day. Blackening day actually is the first day of Muharram that people start to wear black, not the day of Eid al-Ghadeer.
Yes.
What
What are the two weighty things of the lanes that the Prophet peace be upon him left behind for us?
I did bread. First is
Whoever answered it wrong, the other point will be taken away.
All right, good. Majority of people got that one right. Good job. Okay, same person first. Question 10. What type of food that is served in the center is the best? This is a very divisive question. Be careful. Okay, all of these are the correct answer. All food is good food. What is the significance of the Prophet peace be upon him pulling Imam Ali alayhi salam on the same level as his pulpit? I understand that the answers are small. The red one is he wanted to show everyone how tall and strong Imam Ali is. The blue one says he wanted Imam Ali to be easily seen. The yellow says there was a bug. And the green says he showed them Imam Ali alayhi salam will have the same authority over the Muslims as he has. Good answers. We have people moving up, the board is shuffling a little bit. Next question. There were thousands of Muslims on the day of Ghadeer. How did they hear the Prophet's sermon without a microphone system? The red one says acoustics on the mountain carried the voice. Blue says I don't know, and yellow says there were men in the crowd who would repeat the sermon verbatim to the people.
I did right.
Next question. Oh, Mohsen Ali. Ali and Molly were reading books at 11 p.m. Suddenly the electricity went out. Ali went to sleep, but Molly was still reading. Is this possible or not?
Yes, and that's possible. You know what? Can we show the picture again or no?
I don't think we'll get back.
If you see the picture, Mula is blind. So even though there is no electricity, she can read because she's blind. But Ali, he can see. But when there is no electricity, he can't see. So it's possible. Yes, that's the picture.
Okay. The numbers are pretty close. Final question. Did you like tonight's program?
Yeah.
You loved it? A little bit? Not at all? If you choose to sit, you won't get dinner. There's only one right answer to this. If I see anybody doing anything else, we're going to have a talk. I will not accept them all as correct, but those of you who answered red get extra thawab. Alrighty, let's see the podium. Third, second, and first is. Congratulations to people who are top 3, 4, and 5 are there as well. Salawat.
If we can ask the winners to come here, if we can turn on the lights. Can we ask the winners to come? Actually, first of all, we have 2 very valuable gifts that I think these 2 gifts are more valuable than dollars. I will give these 2 to the first and second winners. Actually, this gift is a very beautiful picture made by Sister Abrar, if I say her name correctly. If she allows me, if we can open these, so you can see how beautiful and valuable this gift is. It's not same as other gifts. She made it and she painted it by her hand. And it's a very beautiful picture. This is the picture. So I will ask first winner Mohsen Ali to come. And we didn't cheat. I didn't tell the questions to my family. So they answered the question by their own. So if we can give it to Mohsen Ali. صلى على محمد وعلى محمد. The second winner, Mehdi. Who is Mehdi? أحسن. صلى على محمد وعلى محمد. Same picture made by Sister Abrar. May Allah bless. So who is the third winner? Maryam Zahedian. بسم الله صلى على محمد وعلى محمد. كان صلى على محمد وعلى محمد.
So another exciting distribution of prizes. So all the I'll call out the names if you can come here. Adil Raza. MashaAllah. Khadija Dunya. Zainab Dunya. Hassan Rizvi. Ali Rizvi. Murtada. Roya,
Thank you.
Mohammed, Rasul, Rasul. And sorry if I got your name wrong. I didn't miss anybody. Right? Everybody got their prizes. Okay, mashallah.
From Muhammad Ali Muhammad Salwan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brother and sister, before I ask Maulana to come give the speech, I would just like to have a few announcements and reminders. For tomorrow, there is barbecue. Please remember that. It will start at 11 o'clock till 4 o'clock. There's a lot of fun for kids, a lot of games, bounce house and all that. Everybody got the email. Please try best to come and ask your friends and other people who have not come to come and enjoy the event. So please remember tomorrow from 11 to 4. From Muhammad wa ali Muhammad Salwan. Second announcement is about the surge in the COVID. Unfortunately, there's a lot of surge going on. CDC has changed their ruling about the mask. They are recommending that everybody should wear mask. So based on that recommendation and our community doctors' recommendation, we are going to implement that in all the events till the recommendations change, especially in Muharram. So please vaccinate yourself. If you have not, if you have any question, please talk to Brother Ahmad, Dr. Iftikhar, or other doctors in the community who can convince you. So from Muhammad wa ali Muhammad Salwan. And third and last announcement is we have posted the program list outside on the bulletin board for Muharram. If anybody wants to sponsor the program, whether it's food or the Maulana's Hadiya, please write your name. We have to see how the program will be with this COVID, how the food niyaz will be, food distribution. We are still working on it. We'll let the community know. But we might have to restrict number of people. We might have to ask you to register yourself, depending how many people doctors allow us or ask us to be in the center. We are still working on the details. So you'll know through the emails. But please write your name on the bulletin board for sponsorship. So that was my last announcement. Now I would like to invite Maulana to please speak. From Muhammad wa ali Muhammad Salwan.
Even people who are vaccinated, they have to be.
Yes, even people are vaccinated, they need to wear the mask because it's difficult to first of all to confirm every day who is coming, who is not, and the other thing is that even vaccinated people can give the COVID to other people. They can be infected and they can infect other people who are not vaccinated, and they might be old age or they might have some underlying health conditions.
And inshallah, last announcement, inshallah, Sunday will be the funeral of Marhuma Suhaila Asler Usta, sister-in-law of our respected community member, Dr. Ma'in Fallah. It's 1:30, August 1st, inshallah, Sunday at Where Max A. Sass and Sons Cemetery. So 1:30, inshallah, we will announce it, inshallah, in email. If you can't come, please, you will make his heart happy.
No, that's the funeral. The cemetery is in Capital Drive.
Inshallah, we will announce it, inshallah, in email. Please, if you can't come, we will make his heart happy. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من همزات الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المظلومين المعصومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم صل وسلم على مولانا وإمام زماننا وولي أمرنا الكهف الحصين وغياث المضطر المستكين مولانا حجة بن الحسن المهدي روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء، وعجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه، وجعلنا من خير أعوانه وأنصاره والمستشهدين بين يديه ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية مولانا وإمامنا أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب والأئمة المعصومين من ولده عليهم السلام، والبراءة من أعدائه من الأولين والآخرين إلى يوم القيامة ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. وأما بعد، قال مولانا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم في خطبة الغدير: أيها الناس، ألست أولى بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم؟ قالوا بلى يا رسول الله. ثم قال: من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه. اللهم وال من والاه وعاد من عاداه وانصر من نصره واخذل من خذله. صلى على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. Again, Salamun alaikum wa rahmatullah, for respected brothers and sisters. In the beginning, I would like to congratulate you all on this auspicious and happy and beautiful Eid, Eid al-Ghadeer, Eid Allah al-Akbar. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the barakat of this beautiful Eid, to write our names among lovers of Amir al-Mu'mineen, followers of Mawla Ali ibn Abi Talib, the barakat salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Inshallah, I will divide my speech in three parts. First part, which is the part for the youth and for the kids to know about the story of Ghadeer. Second part, inshallah, for the elders about the professional words about Ghadeer and servant of Rasulullah. Third part is inshallah some ash'ar for Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen in Arabic and Persian. After your help and your support with the loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. My respected brothers and sisters, our young generation, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the last year of his life, 10 years after his migration from Mecca to Medina, told people that, oh people, this Hajj, meaning the trip to the house of God, the sacred house of Allah, that Rasulullah would go every year to the Hajj. Rasulullah told people, this Hajj, this trip is my last Hajj. Next year I'm not alive to go to Hajj. So if you want to see me, if you want to see Rasulullah for his last Hajj, come to the Hajj. That's why when people heard that this Hajj, this trip of Rasulullah is his last Hajj to the house of Allah, many people, they went to do Hajj, the rituals of Hajj with the Holy Prophet. That's why historians mention over 400,000 people, Muslims from around the world, they went to do Hajj with the Prophets. Why? Because they heard that this Hajj is Hajjatul Wada, the last Hajj of the Holy Prophet. So they went Hajj with Rasulullah. They performed rituals of Hajj with the Holy Prophets. Last day, when they finished the Amal of Hajj, 18th al-Hajj, 8 days after Eid al-Adha, when the Muslims started Qurbani and animals for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they started to say goodbye to the Prophet. They reached to a place, to a small mountain by the name of Ghadeer that was like how can I describe it? Like a cross. That people of, for example, people of Mecca, they go to one side. People of Iran, they go to another side. People of Europe, they go to another side. People in South, they go to another direction. So when Rasulullah reached that location, Ghadeer, Prophet told people, we need to stay here. All people, all those 500,000 people, those who were in Hajj, they need to come to this place. I want to give them a sermon, a khutbah. this part of the speech is for the youth, so I need their attention. They came, they said, Ya Rasulullah, some people, they are in front of us, they passed us, they were, mashallah, they were going very fast. Prophet told them that go and tell them to come back. Ya Rasulullah, some people, they are still in Mecca or Medina. Prophet told them to come here. I want to give a very important speech. So when they came, they gathered, historians mention people stayed under the sun of the desert of Medina for 3 days without umbrella, without a house, nothing, without a roof, nothing, under the sun for 3 days. After 3 days, the Prophet asked, okay, all people who went to Hajj, they are here? They said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. All of them, they are here. Rasulullah went on that small mountain that he made by the baggage of the Muslims. Rasulullah, after he gave a beautiful sermon that we mentioned it last Saturday, if you remember, Rasulullah said, Ya Ali, come on the tip of the mountain. When Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen came, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Rasulullah raised his hand and told a beautiful word. Prophet said, Ayyuhan nas, man kuntu mawla, fahada aliyun mawla. O people, whomever I am his master, Ali is his master. May Allah, Allahumma wala man wala. Allah loves those who love Ali. Wa adaman ada. Ya Allah hates those who hates Ali. Wansur man nasara. Wakhdul man khadara. Ya Allah, support those who supports Ali. And Ya Allah, your anger should be upon those who angered Ali ibn Abi Talib, those who hate Ali ibn Abi Talib. All people saw that. And then Rasulullah told people, all of you should come and give allegiance, pledge allegiance to Ali ibn Abi Talib, to do khayba, to do bay'ah with Ali ibn Abi Talib. Imagine, all 500,000 of people, they came, they pledged allegiance to Imam Ali. And the first one was the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that came and pledged allegiance with Amir al-Mu'mineen. You may ask, Shaykh, how did the women they pledged allegiance? Prophet orders to do a plate of water. Amir al-Mu'mineen put his hand, Ali ibn Abi Talib, in the water. Ladies, they were behind the curtain. They would put their hand inside of the water. They would say, Ashhadu annaka Amir al-Mu'mineen wa Imam al-Muttaqeen min ba'da Rasulullah. We bear witness that you are the commander of faithful and the Imam after Rasulullah, after his death, after he died. So all people, they pledge allegiance to Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen on the day of Ghadeer. And this is the great proof that why do we follow Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib after the Holy Prophets? Because these events didn't happen to anyone, no one other than Ali ibn Abi Talib. And Rasulullah did it in his last trip. And he was scared, of course. Rasulullah was afraid of that. Because Rasulullah knew that there are some munafiqeen, that they don't love Ali ibn Abi Talib. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a beautiful verse supported Rasulullah. Prophet said, Ya ayyuha Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلْ فَمَا بَلَّغْتَ رِسَالَتَكَ وَاللَّهُ يَحْصَرُكَ مِنَ النَّاسِ. Ya Rasulullah, deliver the message of wilayah to Ali ibn Abi Talib. And if you don't do that, you haven't completed your prophecy. It's like you didn't do anything. And Allah will protect you from those who are evil. From those who doesn't like Ali ibn Abi Talib. And when Rasulullah told people about wilayah to Ali ibn Abi Talib, that Ali is their master and Imam after his death, Allah sent down this ayah, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today, Allah said to the Prophet, today I completed your religion. And today,
calendar. Ali. Hamas the calendar. Ali. Man kunta mala. Ali. Zahra ka shohar. Ali. Asnan kababa. Ali. Kabe ka gohar. Ali. Hamas the calendar. Ali. Narae hadari.
Ya Ali. وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي. I have completed and perfected my mercy upon you. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. And I accepted Islam as your faith, as your religion. Religion became completed with wilayah to Ali ibn Abi Talib. with the love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Before that, Muslims, they would pray, they would fast, they would pay zakat, they did Hajj. But Islam becomes Islam with the love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. A mu'min becomes mu'min with the love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. If you want to be a real Muslim, a real follower of Islam, it's impossible without wilayah to Ali ibn Abi Talib. You need that official stamp of being mu'min, that is love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. According to Quran al-Kareem, and according to the beautiful word of the Holy Prophet, that Prophet said, حُبُّ عَلِيِّ بْنِ أَبِي طَالِبٍ صَحِيفَةُ أَعْمَالِ الْمُسْلِمِ, or صَحِيفَةُ الْأَعْمال حُبُّ عَلِيِّ بْنِ أَبِي طَالِبٍ. The title of the paper or the record of mu'mineen is love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Or the stamp, the official stamp of being a mu'min is love of Ali ibn Abi Talib. If you have that love, you have that official stamp. If you don't have it, we mentioned in Salatul Jum'ah, Hubb Ali ibn Abi Talib is the permission, is the passport for entering heaven. We mentioned in Salatul Jum'ah, we have a bridge on the Day of Judgment that's called Sirat, which is أدق من الحديد, it's more sharp than sword and more thin than hair. It's impossible to pass that bridge. What the Holy Prophet said, لا يعبر من هذا الصراط إلا من كان معه جواز. No one can pass that bridge but those who have a permission from those who have a passport. What is that passport? والجواز ولاية علي بن أبي طالب. And that passport is the love of Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. صلى على محمد. Let's move forward to the second subject, which is a very important question that usually we debate about this question with other Muslims. They said, when we prove that Rasulullah said, Man kuntu mawla fahada Aliul mawla, whomever I am his master, I am his imam, Ali is mawla and imam too. They say that mawla here doesn't mean imam. Mawla here doesn't mean amir and leader and guardianship. Mawla here means friend. And Rasulullah told people that whoever I am his friend, Ali is his friend too. So choose Ali ibn Abi Talib as your friend. As we see Ibn Taymiyyah and Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, all of them, they mention that in their books. And when we see the books of the knowledgeable or in the grammar of Arabic, the vocabularies of Arabic, we find that yes, it's true. The word Mawla has multiple meanings. For example, Mawla in Arabic means Malik, the owner. Mawla means Rab, the Lord. Mawla means Jar, your neighbor. Mawla means slave, Abd. And also Mawla means friend. Mawla means Imam. Mawla means Wali. And I gathered more than 16 meanings for the word of Wali. So this Wali here, Man kuntu Mawla fahada Aliyul Mawla, which one is correct? Which meaning match this word of Rasulullah? So we can approve that you are Shia because Rasulullah said, Man kuntu Mawla fahada Aliyul Mawla. And we want to say that Mawla doesn't mean friend. Mawla means lead. Mawla means master. That Rasulullah said, whomever I am his master and imam and Mawla, Ali is Mawla also. When we see Quran al-Kareem, for example, Allah said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْ Mu'mineen, male and female, men and women, they are friends of each other. So awliya, wali here means friend. Or Allah used also this friendship, wali, for the angels. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. نَحْنُ أَوْلِيَاؤُكُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. Angels will tell people that we are your friends. We are next to you in dunya and akhirah. So wali here means friend. But what is the proof to say that Rasulullah said, Man kuntu mawla fahada aliyul mawla? This wali means friend. You know, to approve that, we need two qarina, we need evidence. In Arabic, they call it qarina. In Arabic, mashallah, we have Arabs here. We have two kinds of qarina. Qarinatul haliyah wa qarinatul lafdiyah. Qarinatul haliyah means we see at the position that that person said that word, where he was. For example, I will give you an example. Asad in Arabic means lion, that wild animal. Also, Asad means a brave person. So if a person in the middle of a jungle, he said, Ra'aytu Asadan, I saw a lion. Or another person said in his house that I saw a lion. You will understand that the first person means a wild animal. Why? Because he was in the middle of jungle. And second person from lion, he means a very brave person. Because in the middle of your house, you cannot find lion. You can find dogs and some animals, cat, but lion? No. So this is qarinatul haliyah. We will see the time, the place, the location that that person mentioned his words. We come to the word of Rasulullah. Man kuntu mawla fahada aliyun mawla. When did Prophet say that? In his house? In a very ordinary place, very normal situation? No. In his last Hajj. While he told people, those who are in front, tell them to come back. Those who are still in the city, tell them to come here. For 3 days, people stayed under the sun to tell them that Ali is your friend. Already Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it in Quran al-Karim, al-Mu'min wal-Munal ba'adhum awliyahu ba'd. Ya Rasulullah, this is a useless word. Because already we know that Ali is our friend. And Ali was also their friend. So from the word or from the position or the status of Rasulullah, from qarinatul haliyah, we can understand that no, Mawla doesn't mean friend. Mawla is a very important subject. Rasulullah could say it in previous Hajj, but he mentioned it in his last Hajj. That, oh people, this is my last will to you. Maybe you cannot see me anymore. After me, Ali is your Mawla. After me, not Ali is your friend. No, okay, we chose Ali as our friend. But Ali is your leader and master after me. This is qarinatul haliyah. Another evidence is qarinatul lafdiyah. From the word of the sermon of Rasulullah, we can understand that Mawla means Imam. Mawla means Qa'id. Mawla means master, not a friend. Why? Alhamdulillah, Sunni and Shia, they mention these parts. That Rasulullah told people, as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, Prophet said, Ayyuhan nas, man awla bikum min anfusikum. Who is closer to you than yourself? Awla doesn't mean closer, but if you see the translation of the Quran, you will see all of them. They mention awla means closer, but awla doesn't mean closer. Awla means kamalul inqiyad. Awla means kamalul ita'a. I will talk about it inshallah ta'ala. Prophet said, Ayyuhan nas, who is closer to you than yourself? Who has awlawiyya, who has guardianship to you than yourself? People said, Ya Rasulullah, you are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah said, إِذَنْ مَنْ كُنْتُ مَوْلَى. Look, مَنْ أَوْلَى بِكُمْ مِنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ. Who has wilayah to yourself, more than you for yourself. Same wilayah is for مَنْ كُنْتُ مَوْلَى فَهَذَا عَنْ. What is the word of Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran al-Karim said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, النَّبِيُّ أَوْلَى بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Rasulullah is closer to Muslims than themselves. What does this awla mean? What does it mean that Rasulullah is closer to people than themselves? When we see this, the Mufassirin of Ahl Sunnah, for example, Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, he mentioned أولى بالمؤمنين يعني أحق بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم أن يحكم فيهم بما يشاء من حكم فيجوز ذلك عليهم. أولى means Rasulullah has authority over the people. Rasulullah has this right to guide all people, to lead people. Therefore, أولى بالمؤمنين means all people. Rasulullah is your only leader. Rasulullah is the only person who has authority upon you all. Another time in Joseph, who is Shaykh al-Hanabala, very fair, and their heart told them that you could do something else. وَكَانَتْ طَاعَتُهُ أَوْلَى مِنْ طَاعَتِهِ. Obeying Rasulullah, fulfilling the word of Rasulullah is more important, more primary from following their words. The word of Rasulullah is more important. And Ibn Taymiyyah, he mentioned the most beautiful word. He said, Awla means kamalul imtiyad wa kamalul ta'a. Awla means we need to obey Rasulullah 100%. We shouldn't say, Ya Rasulullah, why? We shouldn't say, Ya Rasulullah, what the reason? Rasulullah said, أَلَسْتُ أَوْلَى بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Do I have that awlawiyah that you all should obey me? That you have to obey me in every single word? That I am your leader, I am your master? They said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. Prophet used the same kind of awlawiyah for man kuntu mawla fahada aliyya mawla. Allahumma salli ala. It means Rasulullah gave the authority and leadership and guardianship and imamah after him to Mawla Ali ibn Abi Talib. This is first evidence. Second evidence, when Rasulullah told people, man kuntu Mawla fahada Ali ibn Mawla, two individuals, I don't want to say their names, they came to the Prophet before all people. They said, Ya Ali, bakhin laka Ya Ali. Asbahta Mawlai wa Mawla kulli mu'minin wa mu'mina. These two individuals, they come to Ya Ali, congratulations. Congratulations, you became our Mawla and the Imam of all people till the day of judgment. So they understood the meaning of Mawla, that Mawla doesn't mean friend, it means Imam. And third evidence is again the word of Rasulullah. That Prophet said, Ya Ali, anta Imam kulli mu'minin wa mu'mina ba'di wa wali kulli mu'minin wa mu'minatin ba'di. You are the Imam of every mu'min and wali, the guardian of every mu'min after me. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our iman, to our imam, to our Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen, al-Walayat Ali ibn Abi Talib, ببركة الصلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. I had more, but let's go to the poetry and ash'ar. Should I start with Persian or not? Do you have water? صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل. I will start inshallah with some poetry in Persian and then I will go for Arabic inshallah ta'ala. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين علي عليم علي عالم علي أعلم علي ولی علی والی علی والاست علی حقیقت روح و تمام عالم جسم علی سفینه نوح و تمام همه جهان دریاست علی مدرس جبریل در شناخت حق علی معلم عالم به علم الاسماء علی تمامی دین و بغض او تمامی کفر علی ولی خدا خصم او عدوی خداست علی بود پدر امت و برادر من علی سفیر خدا و علی امیر شماست علی است حج و علی کعبه و علی زمزم علی صفا و علی مروه و علی مسعاست علی صراط و علی محشر و علی میزان علی بهشت و علی کوثر و علی طوباست علی چو شخص پیامبر هماره بی همتاست علی چو ذات الهی همیشه بی همتاست علی شهید و علی شاهد و علی مشهود علی پناه و علی ملجأ و علی منجاست علی اذان و اقامه علی رکوع و سجود علی قیام و قعود و علی سلام و علی حقیقت توحید در زبان کلیم علی تجلی تور و علی ید بیضاست علی وسیع و دم و لحم و نفس پیغمبر علی ابوالحسنین است و شوهر زهرا علی است حق و حقیقت به دور او گردد علی است عدل و عدالت به خط او پویاست علی محمد و فرقان و نور و کوثر و قدر علی مزمل و یاسین و یوسف و طاهاست علی به قول پیامبر در مدینه علم ز در درآی که راه خطا همیشه خطا. صلوات. کننده در خیبر بود وسیع رسول، کننده در خیبر بود وسیع رسول. نه آن که کرد فرار از جهاد عقل کجاست، کسی که گفت سلونی سزد امامت را. نه آن کسی که به لولا به جهل خود گویاست، کسی که جای نبی خفت جانشین نبیست. نه آن که راحتی جان خیش نه آن که راحتی جان خیشتن میخواست. Beautiful last poems. عبادت ثقلینت اگر بود فردا، تو را بدون ولایت به ویل و ویلاست. به آن نبی که علی را وصی خود فرمود، به آن بنی که تمامش ثنای آن مولاست. ثواب نیست ثوابی که بی ولای علیست، نماز نیست نمازی که بی ولای علیست. شکسته باد دهانی که بی علی باز است، بریده باد زبانی که بی علی گویا. صلوات. اللهم صل علی محمد نعره حیدری. صل على محمد وآل محمد. So now I need help, especially from Arab brothers. Recite another love salawat. أنا يا طير أرجاك اخذني العلي وياك. أنا يا طير أرجاك اخذني العلي وياك. أريد اللي أزوره، أريد اللي أزوره، وقل له ادخل بحماك، وقل له ادخل بحماك. أنا يا طير أبو علي، أنا يا طير أرجاك اخذني العلي وياك. أنا يا طير أرجاك اخذني العلي وياك. أريد اللي أزوره، أريد اللي أزوره، وقل أدخل بحماك، وقل أدخل بحماك. علي كم سورة ذاكرته ولاده، علي كم سورة ذاكرته ولاده، ولعلى الناس من الله ولاده، ولعلى الناس من الله ولاده. سكن حبه جمع نجم الولاية، سكن حبه جمع نجم الولاية. يسبوها الولاية الحيدرية، يسبوها الولاية الحيدرية. هلا حيدر أغلى محبوب، حيدر أغلى محبوب، حبه يلم القلوب. انسجن يحبوه، هامت به الاملاك، هامت به الاملاك. علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي ما شاء الله. علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا. أنا بلا حب علي أهلك وظلت، اي والله أنا بلا حب علي أهلك وظلت. صحايب حب غطني وظلت، أبد ما أريد يعتقني وظلت، أبد ما أريد يعتقني وظلت. عبد حيدر اليوم المنية، عبد حيدر اليوم المنية. هلا خادم ولك مملوك، يلبس تاج الملوك، دنيا واخره يقول كل من علي وراك، كل من علي وراك. علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا، علي مولا، علي يا علي مولا. علي يا أبو علي علي يا علي مولا علي يا علي غير المرتضى شملك وعدنا غير المرتضى شملك وعدنا إله الكون بالمحشر وعدنا نعيم الجنة وروضة وعدنا مساكن يلي يحب حامل حمية مساكن يلي يحب حامل حمية بالمحشر علينا يحضرنا ويجينا يذكر علي دوم يذكر علي دوم لا تعتقد ينساك لا تعتقد ينساك علي يا علي مولا علي يا علي مولا علي يا علي مولا علي يا علي مولا صلوات اللهم صل على محمد. One Abu Dhia for the people of Nasiriyah inshallah. نصين انكتب اسمك بساق العرش نصين ولك آيات بالقرآن نصين شق ربك جدار البيت نصين وقال لك فوت يا الحامل حمية صلوات اللهم صل على محمد. Again, congratulations to you all this beautiful occasion, Eid al-Ghadeer. In the end, I would like to thank those who worked and helped for making this beautiful decor. Respected sisters who made this decoration and decoration in Ladies' Hall. Those who did all these bags, candies, gifts, and this cake. Those who worked a lot on this cake, about 3-4 hours. Especially for the cream that you see. They worked about 4 hours only to set it up.
You can eat it some?
Yes, we can. I don't guarantee if you want to. No, it's clean. It's not najis. Again, thank you so much. Jazakumullah al-khair. See you inshallah tomorrow at 11 a.m. Please bring your kids. For tomorrow, we have many activities, barbecue, halal hot dogs, hamburgers, and many things. Congratulations, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the same way that He completed the religion of Islam with Wilayat Amir al-Mu'mineen, to complete His mercy upon us with the reappearance of our present Imam al-Mahdi, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah, to make us among the sincere companions ببركة الصلوات على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد. In the end of our program, please stand up.